So there's this show called Shield Hero, which I originally had seen the title of, and I just never watched it. It just came out, just the first episode. But I've been hearing about people of a certain political inclination, let's just say, complaining about it vehemently, so I decided to give it a try and watch it myself. And now, the reason these people are complaining about it, why they hate it and think it's the most awful, disgusting, misogynistic, evil thing ever and they want it destroyed, is because the main character of the show, the Shield Boy, is accused of rape falsely. It's a false rape accusation. And that's it. That's why they hate the show. Because they think it's bad to show that even in a work of fiction that a woman could possibly lie about rape. They just think that if any woman says anything happened, it happened. End of story. Even in fucking Japanese cartoons. It's true. 100%, even if it's not. You know, if a guy is accused of rape, just lynch him. Just hang him from a tree. We don't need a trial. We don't need proof. Just hang the fucker. Because a woman would never lie. That's it. And it's not even specifically all about women being bad, because I've seen these people also complain, oh, the guy is a victim. He literally is. And everybody's an asshole to him. Yeah. All the other people in the room, or damn near every other person in the room when he's being accused of this thing, besides the woman who is, of course, the accuser, everybody else who believes the woman and is talking shit and saying he's scum and how they hate him and he should be killed, they're all dudes. They're all men. They're all young or old men. The old-ass king, the young fellow adventurers of his. One of his supposed allies, who we just met, of course, he even accuses the guy of working with her and being in on it, because they basically just robbed him, took all of his money and possessions, and then destroyed his life. So yes, just like a real-world false rape accusation. And these people, of course, are saying that the creator of this, the writer, is some sort of horrible, misogynist, male filth scumbag who hates women, and that's why he's writing this. The writer is a woman. The writer is a Japanese woman. This, of course, is originally a light novel, a book, and then they made a manga, and now they've made an anime based on it. Or anime. Well, I don't know why I said it weird. Yet, ironically, the backlash to this, these people complaining about it, prove how realistic the show is, or rather, not the fantasy and the magic and all that shit, but the social aspect. All these people believing her automatically and saying he's scum based on no proof at all, and these people being horrible and mean-spirited and evil, like, oh, why would they just believe? It proves it, because we have in real life, right now, real people, even people writing for, journalist things, magazines, whatever weird online shit you want to call it, So it's not even just random people complaining about this and saying that the show's awful and it's disgusting because it dares to say that a woman could possibly lie about rape. That she could accuse someone falsely of a crime, specifically rape. And yet that's exactly what all the other characters in that room, who just automatically believed her, were doing, and that's why everything's so horrible. So really, this show has the most realistic depiction of people in any show I've seen recently. Everybody's a piece of shit, or most people are just complete fucking scumbags. Hateful, stupid bastards, and that's what they are in the real world. Like right now, you can see. The backlash it's getting proves the quality of its writing, really. There are people who literally will not accept even a fictional female character lying about rape because they don't accept that any real human woman could ever lie about this for any reason, to destroy someone they don't like, to get money, to get fame, to get anything. No one, never lie about anything. Women are saints, they're angels, they would never lie about anything. Which is, of course, why in this a particular work of fiction, everybody just believes her with no actual proof at all. He's just been set up by some evil, spiteful people, including this woman, of course. Some thieving bastards. And that's why I ended up liking the show, or at least this one episode. It's like 40-something minutes long. It's a long episode, but it's the only one that's out so far. Even despite knowing what was going to happen, the main point, right? not every little detail, but because first half the guy's like a normal teenage or 20-something generic Japanese character in a show. He's nice, he's respectful, he's kind of a loser, whatever. I mean, like, in the shop, he bows to the shopkeeper and stuff, like how they do. I was like, oh, what a little bitch. I believe progressive or anti-progressive people would call him a little soy boy bitch. But then, after he gets completely fucked and betrayed and destroyed by this woman who he thought was his friend, and all his fellow adventurers and the king and literally everyone in the kingdom, and then the rumors are spreading and now everybody everywhere hates him and thinks he's a piece of shit, and based on this absolute lie, now he hates them, and he's angry and he's bitter, and now he's not such a bitch. Like, some shopkeeper tries to fuck him on prices, and then he basically just threatens him with violence to get him to not rip him off. Like, yes, the character development, he's done. He's sick of this shit. To begin with, he was happy to go to a new world. He's like, yeah, my life's kind of boring and shitty. Hey, now I'm in some cool magic adventure world. Which is a reasonable reaction. And then, and then about halfway through the thing, he hates it, and he's like, okay, I just want to go home. But he can't, not until all the monsters are dead, pretty much. And of course, there's other problems for him, but yeah, like, particularly, because he's the shield hero, which is the name of the show, of course, he can't use any actual weapons. He can only use the shield and basically just punch things, which is stupid, but whatever, that's the rules. And so no one respected him to begin with and thought he was shit. And now he's completely alone. He had all of his shit taken, his money taken and everything, and he's just got to try to level up and shit, but he can't level up very much because he deals no damage, like... if you've ever played a really heavily tank class in an MMO or something, and you're trying to grind, and you deal very little damage very slowly, it's not great. And this is taken to the extreme because he can't use any weapon. But yes, some of these people are also saying that there's no reason people would hate him, or that they would be so, like, rude or disrespectful to begin with when he first came in. Well, clearly it's because of his class. They were saying that it was the dud, it was worthless, blah, blah, blah. There's more backstory. It's only the first episode. They've already developed it pretty heavily for what is essentially just the length of 2 short episodes, right? 40 minutes. And again, real human reaction in current year, in our progressive, enlightened society where we're all so educated and they all have gone to college and shit, they still are just angry that someone would dare think that a woman could lie about something, especially rape. That's it. That's what they're so angry about. That's why they despise it. And yet, they say that the show is poorly written because they're like, well, why would people just believe this woman with no evidence? Why are they so mean to him and cruel? Whoa, why would they be such scumbags? Because people are pieces of shit. You people complaining about this are literally proof that the writing is fucking correct. It's perfect. The lady who wrote this knew what she was fucking talking about. It's 100% accurate, because you're literally doing that right now in the real world. For fuck's sake. It's a fantasy world with magic and shit like that, but it's still got people, and people are scum. And it's proven that people are scum because of these people complaining about about the character in this show being a victim of something because it somehow lessens the victimhood of real rape victims if some people lie? Okay, yeah. Just pretend it never happens. Literally never happens. Because, I don't know, progressivism. Maybe I'm just not enlightened enough. I didn't go to college. Perhaps I just don't understand. But, my God. Anyway, I just really wanted to bitch about this shit because it's so ridiculous. These people have literally no self-awareness at all. They either have no self-awareness or they just don't give a shit and they're gonna spout their shit anyway. Like, how stupid and unaware they are of their own bullshit, or just how malicious and, like, they can't realize that what they're doing proves that the characters in the show being pieces of shit to him and believing everything and treating him like scum based on nothing are actually accurate depictions of people, because they themselves despise this character and this show and the person who wrote it because it dares to show a woman lying about rape. Which is why they all believe the woman in the show, because they don't think that a woman would lie about it, I guess. They just assume she's actually a victim. And then these people are complaining about the show because they're angry that it dares depict a woman as not... that it dares to show that a woman could possibly lie about something like this. Or be manipulative. Zero self-awareness. The irony is palpable. And yet these people, I doubt, will ever realize it, no matter how much you say it to them. Like, it's sickening, really. It's just disgusting. But yes, other than these vocal, I don't know, absolute fucking pieces of shit, morons, whatever you want to call them, the show's doing pretty well ratings-wise. People seem to like it. I liked it. The one episode so far. I don't know if it'll keep going like this. Maybe it'll, maybe it just had a good start. Maybe it slows down later, but so far it seems pretty good. They've immediately gotten past the boring loser who bows to everyone and snivels and blah blah blah, and now he's an asshole, and I like that. Because everyone's an asshole, fuck. But even the site I was watching it on, I saw someone, I don't know if it was supposed to be a joke, but it didn't seem like it, some idiot who'd seen these other idiots complain about it, right, and say how it's horrible and misogynistic and everything. And they said they weren't going to watch the show because they don't like things where dark fantasy where people are sex toys and things like that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That didn't happen in this fucking show, not in the first episode anyway. Literally no sex occurred. There was nothing sexual that happened. The guy didn't drink wine, he went up to his room, and then he got falsely accused in the morning. Like, that was it. The guy was the victim in this. And then somehow, these people have twisted this bullshit so much that literally it's mirroring the fantasy world, right, this work of fiction, in real life, in that people are spreading rumors that this show is some horrible, sexual, violent, misogynistic thing, disgusting, horrible. Oh, and the writer's a horrible, evil, misogynistic male too, probably. Oh, God, don't watch it. It's sinful. Avert your eyes. Stay away from it. We must destroy this show. And people are literally believing, they're hearing the rumors, they're believing it, and they're refusing to watch a fucking cartoon show because... oh my God, it sounds so horrible. I don't even need to watch the episode to see if it's true. I just believe it 100% wholeheartedly. How awful. Which, again, is mirroring the show wherein people hear rumors about the guy who just fucking got there. Even similar to this show that just has one episode. They immediately all believe it, or at least the vast majority do, believe that he's a scumbag and they hate him and blah blah blah. It's the same shit. I can't believe it. How these people, how the real world can mirror the scumfuckery going on in the show and complain about it and then not even realize that they are literally real world equivalents, word for word, pound for pound, to what's happening in the show. It's a perfect mirror. And that they have no self-awareness, so they don't realize it. It's disgusting. But yeah, I mean... if anybody actually watches this and actually goes this far, when I was a kid, younger, I've always been picky with shows and movies and stuff. I don't like poorly written things, right? I always thought that Spider-Man, with the guy, Jonah Jameson, the newspaper guy, I always thought it was stupid. I thought it was like a plot hole as to why he was such an asshole and wanted to destroy Spider-Man, right? Bring it to Western comics. Why he would spread these lies and rumors saying he was some horrible guy when he clearly wasn't. Why would he do that? Just to get people to riled up to read his thing? Why would he be such a scumbag? There has to be some reason, right? No, there doesn't have to be any reason. People are really like that. People are just scumbags. I think in the comics they tried to add some reason like, oh, he was attacked or his wife or something by some guys in masks, or he doesn't like guys in masks. It's just fucking stupid reason. Like, no, he's just a piece of shit. And people believe it because people are stupid pieces of shit, or at least a lot of them are. Quite a few. That's it. If anything, when I was younger, kid and teenager, I was just naive. I didn't know how shitty and disgusting and stupid people were, and therefore the world. And, so anytime now when I see people being complete stupid pieces of shit, spreading rumors, believing dumb shit, instead of thinking, well, that's stupid, people couldn't be that dumb, there's no reason. No, I think, oh, well, there you go, that's very realistic. That's very good writing. I've come to a new realization. So that's great. Well, anyway, all this shit's just bullshit. The show's pretty good, or at least the first episode is, so far. And I'd say it's worth watching if you haven't. And just to be clear, some people have even also compared it to Goblin Slayer, which is another thing people were bitching about. I think I talked about it a bit in a different video. But this isn't even like Goblin Slayer. And Goblin Slayer had people getting, raped and murdered violently by, the goblins. Hence why the Goblin Slayer doth slay the goblins. But in this, no one got raped. That's the point. It was a false accusation. That's what the people are really angry about, is that they dare show that women can lie, I guess. And that the lie could destroy your life and get your money taken away and just to have you completely ruined forever, and no one would ever believe you after that. Or at least in the first episode. Yeah, it's a pretty bad thing. I mean, people don't get that the reason that false rape accusations are so bad and so brutal and destroy people's lives, it proves that this isn't some sort of rape culture where we all love rape or we don't care, because otherwise, why would it destroy someone's life if you were accused of this thing that apparently no one gives a shit about? It's literally like one of the worst crimes fucking imaginable. The only way it could be worse is if it was a child instead of a woman. And even that's debatable, really. Given the current year we live in. But yes, it's the worst crime you can be accused of, really. Definitely one of the worst. Hence why it's so destructive, and hence why you have to actually kind of have some proof there instead of just one random person's word saying, I did it. Lock them up, destroy them, take all their shit, kill them, have them killed. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Again, I'm just talking about the first episode. That's the only one that's out. The four heroes, like the one guy who seemed to be working with the woman who, of course, is accusing him of the thing. And she even stole the dude's armor and gave it to this guy who she's now with. He was saying that, he would have just killed her. Him, not her. If she hadn't blah, blah. Anyway, it seems to imply that they wanted to kill him, right? But then the king tells them information that apparently these guys didn't know, which they seem to know quite a bit, but not this, that the only way to get rid of him, send him back to the world, or, whatever, to get a new hero for the shield, is for all four of the adventurers to die. So they'd have to all three die themselves before they could get a new shield guy. And then, of course, they didn't like that because they don't want to die. And so that's why they don't just kill him. Because they want to keep the shield thing around, I guess, but they don't want to, kill themselves to get a new set of people. Well, that's it.